What's up? What's up? What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you are in the market and not trying to time the market, because that's simply impossible to do. So it says here the S&P 500, Dow, Nasdaq rally to put records back in sight. So let's get into the news. Hopefully you guys are having a blessed day. So it says here, U.S. stocks jumped Tuesday with Nasdaq Composite and the S&P 500 closing at their highest levels since February, putting both indexes within range of new record highs. The Nasdaq 100, which tracks many of the market's most influential tech names like Nvidia, Microsoft, and Apple, notched a fresh closing high, underscoring renewed momentum in mega cap tech. So the rally came as optimism grew around the fragile U.S. brokered ceasefire between Israel and Iran, raising hopes for a more lasting end to regional hostilities. So markets were also focused on Fed Chair Jerome Powell's testimony to Congress, where he signaled the central bank could cut interest rates sooner rather than later, while maintaining flexibility to wait and assess the inflationary impacts of new tariffs. So the tech-heavy Nasdaq led the gains, rising about 1.4%, while the S&P 500 added 1.1%, and the Dow Jones jumped 500 points, roughly 1.2%. So a relief rally has been building amid hopes for a lasting end to the 12-day old Middle East conflict, which has spooked markets with its risk of squeezed oil supply and escalation into a full-blown war. So on Monday, U.S. stocks rose as Iran's response to U.S. attacks signaled a desire to de-escalate tensions. So on Tuesday, President Trump said the pause in hostilities had begun. Meanwhile, Israel confirmed it had agreed to a truce brokered by the U.S. and announced by Trump late on Monday. But just hours later, Israel accused Iran of breaching the ceasefire. Trump lashed out at both sides, though the fragile truce ultimately appeared to hold up for now. So oil prices continued a descent as the prospect of a lasting truce eased worries about the disruption to the supply of crude, centered on the risk that Iran would block the key Straits of Hormuz conduit for tankers. So meanwhile, Powell's testimony before the House of Financial Services Committee came as Trump turns up the pressure on the Federal Reserve Chair to cut interest rates. Got to get those interest rates lower. So in prepared remarks, Powell reiterated his stance that the central bank can afford to hold interest rates steady for now, saying, for the time being, we are well positioned to wait to learn more about the likely course of the economy before considering any adjustments to our policy stance. And that's it, people. That is it. That is it for the news. So hopefully the ceasefire stays in place and there's no more conflict between Israel, Iran, along with the U.S., and we can get back to business as usual. So let's see what the market did today. So my S&P 500 ETF SPLG gained 80 cents today, closing out at $71.59. I'll take that. Nvidia gained a nice $3.73 today, closing out at $147.90. Broadcom gained $10 today, closing out at $263.77. Tesla lost $8.21 today, closing out at $340.47. Palantir gained $3.31 today, closing out at $143.23. My information technology ETF FTEC gained $3.43 today, closing out at $191.96. Apple lost $1.20 today, actually, closing out at $230.30. Microsoft gained $4.11 today, closing out at $490.11. Wow. Amazon, gained $4.30 today, closing out at $212.77. And that's it for the market today, folks. That's it. Short and sweet. Short and sweet. As always, get out of debt, people. As long as you're in debt, you cannot invest into your future. You cannot invest into assets that are appreciating in value, like the stock market, like real estate, like yourself. We should appreciate as we get older, right? We should learn more. We should do better. We have to invest money in ourselves to increase our knowledge. But there's a lot of knowledge that can be learned for free. But you still have to invest the time. You have to do some type of investment. You have to give something in order to get. And you may have to give up some time. Either way, you need to get out of debt. You need to get out of personal loan debt, credit card debt, get out of car loan debt, student loan debt, all forms of debt, get out of it. And once you get out of your debt, then you can save 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. You can fund your kids' college fund. Then if you have a mortgage, you can take all the money that you were using to pay off debt to now throw it at your mortgage. Or if you don't have a mortgage and you would like to have one, save up 20% down payment to put on that home, then finance it for 15 years instead of 30 years, right? Save a lot of money that way. And then once you're out of debt, you can do whatever you want to do. You can invest more money. You can give away money. You do what you want. You're in control, right? But before you can do all of that, first you need to create a budget, because that budget is going to tell you where to send that money each and every month. Even though I am debt free, I still utilize my budget till this day. Now this year I've gone over a little. Yeah, I have. But I still go by my budget, and I still have the allocated money towards my investments and other things in place. I just have spent a little more money, but I can do that because I have a fully funded emergency fund. So all the money that I have gone over with was just excess money that I did have just laying around. Yeah. All right. So so I'm going to end it on that. All right. So you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. If you think anything at all, invest, do better. Let me know what you think, if you think anything at all. I think I said that already. Oh, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. So any and all information, any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only and reflects my opinion. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. All right, so you guys take care, be blessed,